In the shimmering world of Hollywood, there are few friendships that have endured the test of time, like the one between Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, and George Clooney. These three have been the cornerstones of the entertainment industry for decades, their names synonymous with box office hits, red carpet glamour, and countless headlines. But recently, the public's insatiable curiosity took a darker turn, as rumors started swirling. Rumors that George Clooney, one of the most beloved actors in Hollywood, had kissed a man. The gossip quickly snowballed, causing a media frenzy. For weeks, tabloids ran wild with speculations, filling every front page with questions about Clooney's personal life. The public was divided. Some were eager to gossip, while others, including his closest friends, wanted to shut it down before it spiraled into something far more damaging. But as the days went by, it became apparent that these rumors weren't going away. The question lingered. Was George Clooney hiding something about his sexuality? Had he kissed a man? Or was it all just an elaborate hoax? For Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts, the constant barrage of rumors about their dear friend was becoming overwhelming. The friendship the trio shared wasn't just built on mutual admiration and shared projects, it was a bond forged through years of laughter, late-night talks, and unwavering loyalty. But the rumors were too persistent to ignore, and the toll they were taking on Clooney, who had always been a symbol of confident masculinity, was palpable. Clooney, usually so poised, was becoming withdrawn, retreating from public life to handle the situation in private. But Brad and Julia, known for their playful on-screen chemistry and off-screen warmth, weren't about to let their friend carry the burden alone. They had been with him through thick and thin, through highs and lows, through love and heartbreak. They knew that in times like this, the only way forward was together. So they decided to address the rumors head-on, in a way that only they could. It all came to a head during a live interview that was scheduled to promote their upcoming project, a film that was sure to top the charts. The talk show host, knowing the sensitivity of the situation, had tried to navigate the conversation carefully, focusing on their film and avoiding any direct mention of the swirling rumors. But the moment came when it was impossible to ignore the elephant in the room. The host, perhaps feeling the pressure of public interest, casually mentioned the ongoing speculation about Clooney's personal life, a mention that seemed to freeze the room. "George," the host began, choosing their words carefully, "there's been a lot of buzz lately regarding your personal life. Some rumors about a kiss shared with another man have been making the rounds. How do you respond to that?" The silence that followed was deafening. Clooney's face, usually the picture of calm and composure, tightened, his lips pressed together, his eyes betraying the hint of frustration. For the first time, he seemed vulnerable, uncertain. It was clear that this was a moment neither he nor his friends had anticipated. Julia, who had been sitting beside him, her usual wide smile replaced with a furrowed brow, took a deep breath. It was a moment of silence, not awkward, but charged with unspoken emotion. Brad, sitting across from her, seemed to catch her eye, silently communicating a shared understanding. This wasn't just about Clooney anymore. It was about them, their friendship, their bond, and their refusal to let the media tear them apart. Brad's voice broke the silence, calm but firm, as he looked directly at the camera. "We're all human here," he said, his tone laden with both empathy and seriousness. "George is our friend, and we've known him for a long time. This rumor, it's not who he is, and it's not who we are as a group." Julia nodded in agreement, her gaze turning soft. "People think they know everything," she said, her voice slightly trembling, "but they don't. They never see what goes on behind closed doors, the late-night phone calls, the jokes, the tears. The rumors are just that, rumors. They don't define him." As the words left her lips, the weight of the moment seemed to hit both of them. Their eyes welled with tears, not from sadness, but from a deep, emotional relief. They were standing up for their friend, fighting the very public eye that had tried to turn their personal lives into a spectacle. Clooney, who had been quiet throughout, seemed to relax a bit, though his eyes remained filled with emotion. He leaned forward, his hand resting on the arm of his chair, as if preparing to share something deeply personal. But before he could speak, Brad interjected, his voice tinged with warmth and humor, trying to alleviate the tension. "Look, The man's been a rock star for decades, and if he kissed someone, man or woman, it's none of anyone's business. We love him for who he is, not who he kisses. Julia added, her voice more firm than before. And let's be clear, George Clooney is George Clooney, the man who's dedicated his life to making the world a better place, the man who's given his time, energy, and love to so many causes. That's who he is. At this point, Clooney let out a soft laugh, his usual charm slowly creeping back into his demeanor. He wiped his eyes, a few tears escaping despite his best efforts to maintain composure. "You guys know me better than anyone," he said, his voice low but full of gratitude. "I appreciate you both more than words can say." The tension that had gripped the studio began to ease, and as the conversation shifted back to lighter topics, it was clear that a pivotal moment had passed. Clooney's friends had spoken on his behalf, clearing the air and reinforcing the importance of love, acceptance, and true friendship. The story, of course, didn't end there. The viral sensation that followed the interview was a mixture of applause and skepticism. Fans took to social media, sharing their own experiences of friendship and loyalty, rallying behind Clooney, Brad, and Julia. It wasn't just a public relations victory. It was a statement that transcended Hollywood's usual gossip mill. This wasn't about scandal, it was about the power of friendship and standing together when it mattered most. In the weeks that followed, the rumors slowly faded, though they never truly disappeared. But Clooney's close-knit circle, his confidants, had already proven that no matter what the world speculated, they would always stand by him. The real truth had already been revealed. Love and loyalty are the strongest forces in Hollywood, even stronger than the most persistent rumors. And so, as the years went by, Brad, Julia, and George continued their work, their friendship growing ever stronger, no longer defined by the harsh glare of the public spotlight, but by the quiet, unshakable bond they shared, a bond that had weathered every storm, every rumor, and every tear. In a world where loyalty often seems fleeting, their connection was a rare and beautiful thing. In the aftermath of Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts' emotional interview, the public reaction was immediate and overwhelming. What had started as a discussion about George Clooney's personal life turned into a poignant statement about friendship, loyalty, and authenticity in Hollywood. Fans rallied behind the trio, flooding social media with support. Hashtags like True Friendship and Support George quickly gained momentum, shifting the conversation away from the rumors and towards a celebration of the genuine bond between the three stars. The public's admiration for Clooney, Pitt, and Roberts grew as the weeks passed, with media outlets praising the trio for their courage and transparency. Clooney, known for his charm and wit, acknowledged in later interviews the toll the rumors had taken on him, but expressed deep gratitude for his friends' unwavering support. Brad and Julia, who rarely opened up so vulnerably in public, also reflected on the moment. They talked about the emotional weight of living in the spotlight and how important it was to have such a strong, authentic friendship in the midst of the pressures they all faced. What had begun as a moment of public defense transformed into a powerful reminder that in a world where fame often leads to competition and superficial connections, true friendship could still thrive. Through their honesty and vulnerability, Brad, Julia, and George demonstrated that the bonds they shared were far more enduring than any rumor or headline could ever be.